Hey everybody, it's Josh from CollectionDX.com. I know we haven't talked a lot lately. I've been busy. But I wanted to share with you the Toynami 30th Anniversary Jumbo Voltron. It's pretty spectacular. It's, I think they say it's 30 inches tall. I haven't got a tape measure out, but it is very true to the spirit of the modern jumbo. And that is a good thing. So I want to go through some of the things here. I want to talk about the design a little bit and my impressions of where some of the design cues came from. But first I want to let you know that this is not vinyl like the previous jumbo. This is actually like a harder polyethylene. So it's a little like this up here is true jumbo poly material. This is a little harder, but it's pretty close. You know, same thing. This is harder plastic. This is all one piece. The thighs, the legs are back down to kind of true jumbo material, and these are a little bit vinyl. But they're not like vinyl that you think of like a kaiju vinyl. They're very subtle variations on the same plastic. But the end result is, you know, it has the feel and sound of a jumbo, and it's really great. It is really great. So a few notes that there are some stickers that you have to apply, which I actually enjoy doing. This chest piece, all the numbers on the animals, and this part on the top of the blue line. But no instructions are there, but you figure it out if you know Voltron. It's pretty easy to figure out. Articulation, it's fairly standard jumbo articulation. Swivel shoulders. These are on little ball joints here. There's no waist joint. There are no leg joints. There are no feet joints. no turning heads. But there are roller skate wheels that roll really nicely. So kudos to Toynami on that one. The head is cool. It does not move. It does not turn. At least I don't want to force it. But it's a very nice sculpt. I like the sides coming down. Paint is a little rough on the edges here, and but it's not terrible. There are a few little QC issues, and I'll just point them out, but they're not deal breakers. One is you can see here on the cup here that when they cut it, they kind of didn't cut it right. You could clean that up easily with an X-Acto knife or something like that. Another QC issue that I had, if you notice, is one of the green lion's eyes is not painted. Once again, I could probably take a little bit of green paint and just, you know, clean it up. And that's not terrible, but it's just kind of like, you know, one factory. I'm sure it's not rampant, it's just my luck of the draw, I guess. Oh, and these firing fists, these fists fire with a great amount of force. Nice, right? There is some nice kind of inner shooter detail. And notice that the launch pins are keyed a certain way, so they can only go in one way. And you can see it's a harder ABS surrounded by a vinyl head. And it really goes in nicely. The back, it's pretty simple. The wings don't move; they're fixed. With the sticker on here, there's no real like extreme tail detail, and the back is pretty plain. But you know, it fits with the style that this is designed in. Now, speaking of the style, I want to show a couple things that I think are interesting. In that this model, you know, there are different ways you can look at Go Lion and Voltron, and one is the animation model. You know, one is the, you know, you don't have your you don't see the legs curled up; they're just kind of solid color. You don't see you know, some of the more specific details like the numbers. You know, when you don't see them in Go Lion mode, you just say, well, here we have a nice. It's like a mix between toy mode and show mode. And what I mean by that is the classic diecast. For example, when you would form Voltron, you know, the chrome legs would stick out in the back. And in a lot of the toys since then, they don't do that. They just kind of make it flush because it's not accurate to the screen. But it is a throwback to the toy. And you see that in a few places, like you see the stickers, the way the feet are kind of set up with these sections that would pull out or this would raise up. It looks very much like it was inspired by the classic die-cast toy, as opposed to being absolutely true to the on-screen model. But man, is this thing really cool. It is really cool. I want to show you a comparison with Toynami's last Jumbo Go Line offering, and we can see some differences in the style. Alright, so here you can see on the right we have the Shogun Warrior Go Lion, and then on the left we have the new Voltron. Now you can see that the proportions are drastically different, from the way the head sits on the old one, to the size of the red chest, to the belt decoration, all the way down to the size of the feet. But you'll notice that, like on the old vinyl one, there's more detail in the tail area, making it kind of more toy-like. And in here, it's kind of very much simplified. But once again, I think it works. Also notice the lack of numbers, which is very much a show-specific design, which, we have the numbers now, which is really great. And I also think just a big improvement is the head sculpt. I mean, this head sculpt is, it's good. It's not terrible, but you don't notice the lack of the side pieces like you do on this one. So in this case, I think the head on the new one is kind of more accurate to the anime mode, where this one is actually more accurate to the transforming toy. Like I said, the downside is that, this head turned, this one does not. But overall, I'm really, really happy with the piece. It feels like a jumbo. It's going to look great. Well, I'll show you in a minute of it next to my other jumbos. And the proportions are really spectacular. And I ain't even mad about the couple little QC things. They're totally fixable. So, yeah, definitely go check it out and pick one up if you're into Voltron. It's by Toynami. You can get it wherever finer toys are sold, Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, etc. So you can see here, it is a little big compared to your Shogun Warriors. It is a good, I guess head to head they're probably pretty close, but shoulder height there's a big difference. The legs and everything are much longer, but they look great together, so no complaints there. Alright, so this is Josh from CollectionDX. We will see you next time.